This is going to be on what we call double meanings of cards. Sometimes when you put out the cards after you shuffle the cards and you take each card after the seven, and that fills up your first bottom spot. Just to review it, and you go right across the top four, the middle four, and the bottom four cards, and so you fill up the first card of the top, the first card of the middle row, and the first card of the last row, and then you shuffle. And in the final shuffle, you could even put down the sevens as they come out. And then you have your bottom and top card. You have two, four, six, eight cards on top, eight cards in the middle, and eight cards on the bottom, and that's your 32 cards. Now, sometimes double cards come out, and there's special meanings for double cards. Like with the sevens, if there's two black sevens, it means a delay in personal plans. We both know that the seven of spades by itself means plans that get totally stuck in mud, don't go anywhere. Seven of clubs by itself is a change in personal plans with slight delays. Now, if you have alternate sevens like this, it means a change in personal plans that is menza, so, has about the same effect as the original plans. If you have two red sevens, that means a change for the better, a happier change in personal plans. And again, with the eights, two eights alongside of each other, a trip, or it could be out of state, or it could be an important going somewhere. And it's menza, so, it's alternate colors. But let's say that it was two black eights. If it was two black eights, that would be a trip that meets with a lot of disappointments or delays. So two black eights together wouldn't be good. It would mean maybe you're better off not taking a trip if you were planning on going somewhere. Whereas the alternate eights, eight, red eight and black eight, is a trip that's okay but not necessarily beneficial. But two red eights means a happy trip, a prosperous trip. So depending on the way they combine, uh, whether it's alternating colors, all black or all red. Now, two nines is a change in business situation. Alternate means a change has about the same effect on you as before the change. If there were two red changes, it would be a change for the better. If it was two black changes, it would be definitely a change for the worse. And besides, we know like the meaning of each individual cards. The nine of clubs is for sure, and the nine of spades is setbacks. But two black nines is you got to watch business really carefully. Now, if it comes up in the fourth spot, it's in 4 days, weeks, or months. If it comes up in the first spot, which I explained, it's 1 day, week, or month from now, or within a month, if you want to make it real simple. Now, if you talk about tens alongside of each other is a change in times. In other words, a change in surrounding conditions in your life. That's what's meant by a change in times. Alternate colors, a change in times that winds up to be okay, passable, plausible, not of any particular circumstance. If it was two red tens, a change in times that are much better. Alternating tens is a change that's okay, but not necessarily beneficial. But two black tens is a change in times or circumstances for the worse. So, and not to entertain these changes if you have any choice about making changes in your lifestyle. It's the same thing with a work change. If somebody has any control, they'll be advised not to make a change in that many days, weeks, or months, depending on whether it falls in the second spot or the 11th spot. If it's the 11th spot in 11 days, weeks, or months, a change would come up that you should not entertain if you have any choice, because it'll make a job or a business worse. This is how you read the cards. And when you combine the meanings and the colors and everything else, I'll be going over some more of this with the Jack, Queen, King, Ace. I'll show you how to combine meanings. And remember, if you get a feeling while you're reading the cards. Let's say you're reading the cards and all of a sudden you see a doll floating in a swimming pool. Say you see a doll floating in a swimming pool. If you see a cigar with cigar smoke, say, I'm seeing a cigar with cigar smoke. And it will mean something to the person. Remember, use your intuition. This is supposed to open you up. When I read cards, after a while, it weaves into a story. And the story is always significant to the person. If you get an impression, say it. Look, the sun will still rise tomorrow if you're wrong on something, but if you don't say it, you're not going to give the person what I call gold.